Have you been looking for an AI content generator or AI content writer to help streamline your content creation and SEO needs? Well, then most likely you have heard of Frase. And if you haven't, you're in luck because in this video, I'll be doing a detailed Frase AI review, as well as addressing user concerns and complaints. Now, in the meantime, if you want to try out Frase after you have watched this video, make sure to check out the 60% discount that is available through my unique partner link at phrasepromo.com. Not only does it get you a sweet deal, it will also come back to support the channel. Now, that being said, in this video, you'll discover the urgent problem with generating organic traffic right now and the opportunity that exists, the hidden costs of creating fresh SEO content that tends to cripple a lot of businesses, the 4 unique competitive advantages that Frase AI has compared to other platforms, and as I said, user concerns and complaints, as well as final thoughts about using Frase for AI content. In case you haven't watched my videos before, I'm Dexx Williams. I'm a best-selling author and profit optimization specialist who has helped businesses increase their sales by 30% or more in as little as 30 days. And part of the strategy behind how I help businesses relies on leveraging the power of SEO. And I've been doing this for more than 6 years with great results, which is why Frase intrigued me quite a bit when I saw it get released. Now, make sure to pay attention throughout this video because at some point, I will reveal the hidden $997 Frase bonus that you can access today. The problem with organic traffic is that it requires a steady stream of fresh, high-quality content to be produced. We all know this, and as a result, it's extremely time-consuming and cost-prohibitive to do this month after month. Either you're paying for an outsourcing service to write the articles for you, or you're having to sit down at your computer and type out blog posts or video scripts or whatever month after month, and it can be really draining to brainstorm that content. At the same time, the search engines are focusing more on content engagement as opposed to simply word count. What this means, you can't just put out a bunch of garbage. It needs to be something that when people visit your video, your podcast, your blog post, your article, that they're actually sticking around and they're consuming the content. Now, this has caused quite a struggle for a lot of people because they are listening to bad advice, possibly from really shady marketing courses who are suggesting illegal or unethical spam tactics, or they're just being confused and misled by a surge of AI content writers that are promising to output quality results, but really the stuff that they put out just ends up getting the websites flagged by Google. Now, if you have struggled to achieve success, it's not your fault, and there is hope. Has it ever occurred to you that some people, a lot of websites, seem to have no problem creating fresh content? And if you're wondering, well, why is it that I'm struggling and they're not? Most likely it has to do with 2 things. You're trying to do everything manually yourself, or you are trying to come up with the perfect content with fresh ideas over and over again, and it leads to writer's block. Here's what I discovered. The secret isn't to reinvent the wheel, it's to enhance it. Take what's already ranking well in Google, what Google has shown that they love, and improve on it, and Google will love you for it. The difference a high-quality AI content generator provides is that it makes it easier to research your desired topic that you want to rank for. It makes it faster to organize the content that you want to put out, and it is so much cheaper than having a bunch of patchwork solutions all trying to work together to get your end result. This is what led me to decide to check out Frase. See, the difference between what is done by other platforms versus Frase.io is that they have found a way to simplify the process of creating high-quality content. In fact, their AI content writer was built to create unique organic, high-quality material, as opposed to a lot of these other AI content writers that simply scrape the internet and then rehash the same material that often gets flagged by the plagiarism checkers. Another awesome thing is that Frase has managed to eliminate the need for external SEO service integration costs, which means you won't need to get a Surfer SEO account, etc., in order to implement it with your workflow. This is one of the reasons why Frase is the #1 rated AI software, AI content generator, AI content writer on Capterra. They've got hundreds of fantastic reviews, but two that really stand out has to do with a key stakeholder from ActiveCampaign and a key stakeholder from Shopify, both who have been absolutely thrilled with what Frase brings to the table as opposed to a lot of the other platforms that they've tried. Now, before I go any further, let me show you a quick overview of what Frase can do for you. So real quickly, inside of the Frase dashboard, you can see that there is a section for your AI tools, which I will dive into in more detail later. You've got a section for your SEO tools. You got your account details. You've got a help section. You've got your updates where you can see really how often Frase is constantly adding new cool features and improvements to the platform. And then you've got your documents section. The document section essentially has a folder that's filled with all the different documents that you can build within Frase. As you can see that there is a word editor with various features. You have your content brief. You can then have your content that you can then split with the content brief, and I'll show that more in a future part of this video. And then you've got more features here, such as the help tutorials on how to use the document editor, etc. So who benefits the most from Frase AI? Well, SEO agencies that need to constantly create and put out fresh, organic content for their clients, content freelancers who also are being paid to create fresh, high-quality, organic SEO content for their clients, and content creators who are just motivated themselves to get more traffic organically from the search engines by using an AI content writer, an AI content generator, to basically speed up their workflow. Now, who is this not for? Well, it's not for anyone who's looking for a magic button, something they can just click and all the work is done for them, because that's not realistic. So if that's you, you'll probably want to exit here, but if it's not, then keep on watching. Now, the big difference between Jasper AI versus Frase AI is that all the Frase plans have access to the same features. Really, the only difference is the number of users and content creation limits at the different account levels. This is drastically different from how Jasper AI, or formerly known as Jarvis, runs their platform, because in that platform, the different paying accounts get access to different features. Another thing that Frase does is that they give you the option to unlock more power with the SEO add-on. For example, the Jasper AI versus Frase AI comparison again, Frase has a built-in SEO feature, while Jasper AI requires a separate Surfer SEO subscription to be used with the platform and able to have access to these same features. All right, so the first unique advantage that Frase offers has to do with their dynamic research tool. So I figured it would be just easier to show what I would be doing if I was using Frase to build out some content and then explain as I go. So for example, I would go to new document and I would say, whatever my target search query is. So kind of relevant to what's happening right now, I'm actually planning to go to Disney World in a couple of weeks. So let's say I wanted to write an article or blog post about how to plan a Disney vacation. So I would hit create document, and then the next step from here would be to have Frase do an analysis of the top 20 Google results for that search query. And here we are. So now I have the top 20 results for the search query of how to plan a Disney vacation. Now from here, I could take a quick look at this summary. And let's say I didn't have unlimited AI credits with Frase and I had to actually, be cautious or a bit more frugal with how I used up my AI word limits, then maybe I would or wouldn't use the AI writer at this point. What I could do is take a look at what Frase has said, and based on their analysis, the average word count for the articles in the top 20 of Google for this phrase have about 9,300 words. They have about 8 sections, 7 links, and 62 images. I'm guessing a lot of Disney images. So from here, if I wasn't using AI credits, again, I could do an automated content brief, which I could then use as a reference to manually type out the content myself. Or I could then go on and send it to an editor or a third-party article writing service with the information that it contains. So here we go. So this is the automated content brief that I could then go over here to my content, hit the split screen, and then I could start typing out an article on how to plan a Disney vacation using this as reference material. But we're not doing that right now. Instead, I'll go back to this research tab and just kind of show you what is available inside this dynamic research tool. So first off, you have the search engine overview. But what I also like to go down to is the questions aggregation. So here I can see common questions for searches in Google related to this term. I can go down and see the related questions that will show up in Google searches for this term. And typically this is the stuff I usually like to leverage for my articles because there's already an interest by people searching for these specific questions. There's a compilation of questions from Quora and Reddit, all as it relates to Disney vacations. So right there, a lot of time is saved. Instead of me Googling and trying to compile all of this stuff, I can literally click any of these and it will take me to that specific Quora question, right? Or even better, I can just simply save it into the editor for future use, or I can go into the SERPs and see what the context was for the questions being asked. Right? So again, it's all about time saving. And then of course, there's also the ability to get any news and related sources that might be relevant. The second unique feature for Frase is actually comparable to Jasper AI, or formerly known as Jarvis AI. So while Jasper/Jarvis has its recipes, Frase has its AI tools. So you can see here on the screen all of the different AI tools that Frase has to offer. And you can also jump into the community section and see custom AI formulas, recipes created by community members that can meet the needs of whatever content you want to create, whether it's a blog hook, paragraphs with bullets, keywords for meta descriptions, etc., etc., etc. So let me show you how I leverage the AI tools when I'm creating original content. So for example, I will come up here to AI Write, and I will use a set of tools by Matt Zimmerman. He's one of the community members, and he's got a cool set of templates that he designed. So the first one I will do typically is start with the title. So I will spice up this boring search phrase. And here we go. So how to plan Disney vacations, 8 steps to successful traveling. If I want to do a listicle, or they're all listicles really, or I could do this one, how to plan Disney World vacations in 2022. So that one seems good. I'm going to paste that in here, remove this original one, and voila. So now that's the title. Now that the title's done, let's do the meta description, since we are just setting the stage for SEO purposes. So I will do this and run the template for the meta description. And here we go. And obviously, if I don't like the first one, I can keep hitting more and more, again, because I have unlimited AI credits. Planning a vacation can be stressful. This guide shows you how to plan Disney World vacations without stress or hassle. Looks good to me. So there is your meta description. Sometimes I'll actually italicize it just so I can remember it's the meta. Next up, we need to do a introduction. So let's find the intro generator. Yeah, sure, why not? This one looks pretty good. So planning a vacation with your family can be stressful. It takes weeks, months, blah, blah, blah. In this article, I'm going to help you make sure that you are never stressed. And obviously you would be able to tweak it again, but it gives you a good base to work with your next trip to Disney World, et cetera, et cetera. Cool. So then there's our introduction. And even without having any content created, I could also just have a conclusion started. Here's a conclusion I liked. In conclusion, planning a vacation to Walt Disney World is easier than you might think. With the right tools, you can plan everything from where to park to when to go, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? So there's your conclusion. So now I could either do one of two things. I could use the questions that people were asking before that I found during the dynamic research and add that in, or I could create titles from scratch with this. So we'll see. So, you know what? These ones look pretty good. So I could do all of them, really. But for the interest of this, I'm going to do these 4. Just to kind of give an example. Paragraphs from scratch. So here we have context of planning for a successful trip based on that headline. Sometimes you just got to keep going until you find a result that you like. But Disney World is famous for having plenty of attractions, but knowing what you want to see can save you money and stress. There are 2 types of attractions, rides and shows. Rides are typically found in theme parks, while shows are usually located inside hotels. Voila. So obviously from here you've got your basic draft, and then you would come back through it and polish it up. But just like that, in the span of 10 minutes, I now have an 800-word, give or take, maybe minus the meta description, 800-word article ready to go based off of the topic Disney vacation planning. The third feature of Frase that gives it a unique advantage is its original AI content generation. Here's what I mean. There are many software platforms out there that are promising to create AI content generation. However, when you run it through a tool like Copyscape, you quickly find out that a lot of the content being produced is actually directly copied, i.e. stolen, i.e. plagiarized from around the internet, because they're just scraping content and then re-spinning it. With Frase, their AI technology is able to actually create contextually different content, so that when you take the output, for example, from this Disney World example, and paste it into Copyscape and then run it, you will find that an 800-word article that we created in 10 minutes, that is, I would say, relatively good, it just needs to be polished, had absolutely no content copied from anywhere else on the internet. Now, let's contrast that with any sort of news articles that are currently out there. There you go, right? So you can see how Copyscape works. It will scan the entire internet, and that's an article that is less than an hour old, already has 4 other indexed copies around the internet based off of these websites. So that gives peace of mind for anyone who's using Frase, that they aren't going to be just copying, plagiarizing, duplicating content from anywhere else online. The fourth and final, for this video, unique advantage of Frase is its ability to optimize the content that you've created. So going back into here, we click optimize, and we can actually arrange this by top topics. So once again, Frase looks at the top 20 search results for this search phrase, and based off of that, 19 of those 20 sites had the word Disney mentioned. However, on average, they mentioned them 180 times. Gives you an idea of where you need to be comparable to sites that are already ranking. For example, 17 of those 20 sites mentioned Magic Kingdom. You get the gist. Now, another thing you can do is take a look at the clusters. So we can see that the topic Disney is actually relevant to these other key terms. So if we had an article based on Disney, Google might want to see these phrases all connected to Disney, or at least they would know that they're connected to Disney. Same goes with experiences. So whether you're writing about special experiences, dining experiences, magical experiences, Google would likely all cluster them under the category of experiences. And of the 20 websites, there's 32 references to experiences looking at these 7 subtopics. So hopefully you get the point. However, one thing I really like about this is the heat map feature. So we can take a look at the top topics, and by Google rank, we can see where each one of these sites has enough relevant, references to the top topics as found across the other sites. Now, interestingly enough, Disney.go really doesn't have a lot of these terms mentioned on the page that's ranking. However, guess what? It's Disney, so they're going to have the number 1 spot. That being said, mousehacking.com is in number 2, and you can see green, right? So again, this is a really powerful feature that, thanks to Frase integrating all of this into their platform, makes it much more convenient than having to go back and forth, paying for multiple services to get this same information. Now, if these all sound like incredible features that you can't wait to have in your toolkit, then you are in luck, because I also want to sweeten the deal by providing my own $997 Frase bonus bundle for you to also use in conjunction with the Frase platform. The first thing you will get access to is my course on advanced marketing for small businesses. This will reveal my proven system for increasing increasing sales by 30% or more for any business that implements my 5-part system. You will also get access to my other course on how to identify and select untapped profitable niches. So whether you want to enter a new niche to generate organic traffic and generate passive income from, or you're just looking for a new business opportunity to explore, this course will be for you. No matter what, all you need to do is forward your Frase.io receipt to Dexx bonus at iCloud.com, and I will hook you up with that bonus bundle right away. Now, if you're wondering, is Frase AI free or is there a Frase AI trial? The answer is kind of. See, if you go to the homepage of Frase.io and scroll down, you can see that there's actually a sandbox mode where you can test drive the Frase platform within this website. You can also scroll down and take their listicle generator and blog introduction tool for a spin, but realize again that there is an entire AI community who has built their own custom recipes and structures for leveraging the power of the Frase AI tool to, in my opinion, get even better results than their default AI tools. So go play around with the sandbox and try it for yourself, absolutely free of charge. When it comes to Frase AI pricing, the question often comes up, well, how much does Frase AI cost? As you can see, you can get access to this very powerful platform for as little as $39.99 per month if paid annually. Now, if you want, you can get access to a discount on this price right now through the link below at phrasepromo.com. Now, that's currently happening right now at the time of this video, but click the link, and if it's still happening, hopefully you can snag it before the offer is removed. Now, chances are, if you've watched to this point of the video, you know how useful AI-generated content and AI-written content can be for your growth. Now, many people are reluctant to invest in any sort of ongoing subscription services, but take it from someone who just last month launched a brand new website using articles created by Frase. The cost savings do add up. For example, if you go to textbroker.com, let's say you just wanted to have 10 articles or even 5 articles written, and they had an average of 1,000 words, even at just, decent quality, you're looking at $300 just to have 10 articles written. And that's not even factoring the length of time it takes to wait for those articles to be written. If you want a top quality article, now you're looking at closer to $900 to get 10 articles written. So you will quickly find that the investment in Frase pays for itself just in the time savings and literal cost savings of not having to pay someone else to write your articles. Even if it's a team member you have in-house, you're probably still paying them hourly. So if you can have that done through automation to streamline their output, that as well will drastically enhance your profitability. So what are the benefits of using Frase AI? Well, first, as I showed, there is significant time savings. You're able to research your content faster, you're able to organize it faster, and you are able to generate content extremely fast. There's also the cost savings. You don't need to pay for constant article services to create your articles for you. You also don't need to pay for an external SEO service in order to have it integrated with your content creation flow. And there is also the revenue generation benefit, which means you could actually take your access to Frase AI and provide a content creation service of your own that you could generate money from. You also have the ability to scale thanks to the team component of Frase. Now, if you're wondering, is there a special Frase LTD, lifetime deal or Frase AI lifetime price? Well, the answer is there was a Frase lifetime deal when they launched. However, that's since gone. Now, the best Frase AI lifetime price is to get the discount I mentioned via phrasepromo.com and lock in the current pricing, because I can tell you, as they continue to add more and more features, the investment in the platform will likely be going up. Now, you might be wondering, what's the catch as it relates to Frase? Well, as it relates to Frase AI concerns and complaints, the first one that I've seen come up every now and then is the AI output quality. So remember, at the very beginning of this Frase AI review, I mentioned that the key to success is not looking for some magic button that you click once and you get instant perfect results. It's not realistic. So what we want to do is take whatever context that we're looking for to give the AI tool and use that, but be realistic with our expectations. So for example, let's say I want to do a listicle with paragraphs, and I say, I want an article, a listicle, based off of 5 tips for how to plan Disney World vacations. Now, I'm leaving it at its creativity 1, and let's see what it gives us. And here we go. So if I quickly scan through it, the 5 tips are: know what you want from your trip, pick a date that works with your budget, book early to get discounted prices, choose the right package, make sure you include all the details. That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. And it's 383 words, right? So kudos, well done. Now, let's see if we get an equally as good result if I hit it again. All right, so here we go. Again, we've got a Disney World context, 5 tips, know what you want to see, make sure you book early, choose a date that works with your schedule, pick up tickets online, pack lightly. Again, that's another great result. So is it perfect all the time? No. But we just got 2 353 word results that I could easily paste in and use as my baseline to either submit with some tweaking, or I could rework this again using the AI writer and say, rewrite this or write more about this, etc. Right? So just have realistic expectations that no, the AI writer won't always be perfect, but it's pretty good. And how long would it have taken me to write 700 to 800 words? Probably a lot longer than 4 minutes. The second concern and complaint as it relates to Frase AI has been the export options. For example, the lack of export option for Word docs. So what that complaint or concern is talking about is inside of the Frase dashboard, the platform, if you go into the editor, you can go up to export and you can see that you can export in PDF format, HTML, so you can get the HTML code to paste into another platform. You can just copy all of this text to a clipboard, or you can export it on an Excel sheet, including the SERP data like the backlinks, domain authority, etc. As you can see, there is no way to export as a Word document or a Google document, etc. Now, I'm sure that's coming in the future. A workaround in the meantime is honestly just to copy it all and paste it into a Word document or copy to clipboard. It's annoying, possibly. It comes up from time to time. Is it a deal breaker with everything else that you can have access to? Not really, in my opinion. And finally, the third concern and complaint that I've seen come up time and time again is that people have optimized their content in Frase and had a great topic score, and yet they still didn't get a top ranking. So here's what that's referring to. If I click on optimize and I go to topic scores or top topics, this shows that currently our very generic document has a 5% score as it relates to all the competing pages in the top 20 of Google search. Now, if I click all score, you will see that currently the site that has a 100% topic score is hitting all of the marks is currently ranked number 15. And the next one that has 96% optimization is ranked number 5, and on and on. The site ranking number 2 has a 61% topic score. So the question then becomes, well, how great is this topic score, this optimization, if it really has no effect? But that doesn't really tell the whole story. See, if we actually look, the number 2 ranking site has a domain authority of 39 and has 97 links related to this search term going back to the page. If we look at the site that has a 100% score, it has a domain authority of 38 and only 52 links. But that being said, the website that has a ranking of number 5 has only 16 links. However, it has a domain authority of 43. So now you're starting to see exactly how this all comes together. Content optimization is great. It's a very good tool to have, but having a good optimization score doesn't guarantee top rankings because it also has to be factored in along with all of the other dozens, if not hundreds, of factors that Google uses when it comes to ranking your site. Time on site by visitors. Are they coming and leaving right away? Or are they spending time on your site? Are you getting quality backlinks to your site from other high domain authority websites? There's all of these factors. However, having good content that addresses what your target market is searching for will go a long way in helping you to get good rankings on Google. But yes, it's just one of many factors, but it is a very important factor when it comes to getting indexed and getting love from the search engines. So, in conclusion, is Frase AI worth it? In my opinion, I truly believe it is. The reasons for that are, 1, the leadership team has a vision for creating a category king. I can tell you, as someone who has been using the platform since the early days of their launch, they have constantly been wowing me with how they focus on customer feedback and making improvements based on what people are asking for and based on what competing platforms are doing, and they have become more and more competitive every single month. They have hundreds of glowing testimonials which reflect this, and as I said, the platform improvements and additions are a breath of fresh air from someone who has used literally dozens of SEO tools for content generation that eventually just go stagnant, that stop getting updates. Frase, on the other hand, has never stopped improving, and we're talking about years of proof behind that. And of course, you have that 60% discount deal happening right now at the time of this video, which is an absolute insane amount of value to access this platform. Once again, if you are interested in the Frase bonus bundle, you can get access to my advanced marketing course for small businesses, how to identify and select untapped profitable niches, and a few other surprises will be added in the near future. All you need to do is forward your Frase.io receipt to dexbonus@icloud.com by using the link below, and I will get that set up for you right away. And if you have any questions about Frase AI that I didn't address in this video, post them below in the comments and I will make additional videos to answer them. If you want more videos featuring business and marketing strategies, make sure to hit that like button, click that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future updates. And be sure to watch this next video right now to also help get you better results.